Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we are going to discuss UPSC syllabus orientation, book list, pattern, trend analysis and strategy for UPSC Mains 2026 of International Relations segment in GS Paper 2. So in this particular video series, he'll be giving you what are the answer writing tips you need to necessarily follow to fetch maximum marks in International Relations segment students. So let's go into the UPSC syllabus of GS Paper 2 International Relations. India and its neighborhood relations. So in the syllabus only, they have given very clearly students neighborhood relations. So whenever we are reading the international relations column, we need to give maximum weightage to Pakistan, Afghanistan, China, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Myanmar, Sri Lanka, and then Maldives. So all these neighboring countries, you should try to work from the historical relationship to the contemporary relationship. So in that aspect, we need to prepare this aspect of the syllabus, students. Next topic, bilateral, regional and global groupings and agreements involving India and are affecting India's interests. So various international groupings which are coming in news, we need to study regarding that perspective where questions can be asked, dear students. Effects of policies and politics of developed and developing countries on India's interest, Indian diaspora. So in this particular topic, we need to very well prepare on the Indian diaspora, and we need to also necessarily quote some examples from various diasporas living in other countries of the world and their influencing in various governance of the country. So in that aspect, we need to prepare this. And other than that, the effects of policies, we need to study in a static aspect the various policies like Act East policy, neighborhood policy, all these things we need to study, and also we need to relate it with the contemporary politics and policies which are coming in newspaper. Important international institutions, agencies and fora, their structures and mandate. Here also question will be picked from current affairs. So overall, students, these four major component of the international relations aspect in the syllabus, here 90% to 95% questions will be picked from current affairs aspect only. So after knowing the details of the syllabus, we need to give maximum weightage to the Hindu newspaper as well as the Vision monthly magazine which we are reading to effectively follow the aspect of the syllabus. Let's go into the basic NCERTs which we can read to understand some of the background of international relations. One of the best NCERT I would be saying is 12th standard political science NCERT, contemporary world politics. So this particular NCERT will provide you what is the meaning of unipolarity, bipolarity, multipolar world and the various international organizations background and security issues and globalization related issues. So by reading this NCERT, we'll be getting an idea how the evolving relationship of different countries have prospered across the timeline. But by focusing upon the reference book, I would be suggesting is Vision IAS, that is PT 365, like prelims. For mains also, we have mains 365 summary material on international relations. This I have already shared on our Telegram group, students. So make use of that and try to make important points which are coming in current affairs and background of the issues also from this particular material. Let's now focus upon the UPSC 2025 this year questions which were asked from international relations column. India-Africa digital partnership is achieving mutual respect, co-development and long-term partnership. So they are asking you to talk about three major things and you need to elaborate on that. Whenever the examiner is asking you elaborate also before conclusion, we should try to provide a way forward. Our conclusion should be futuristic. Moreover, while talking about Indo-Africa relationship, we should talk about the three major subheadings: mutual respect, co-development, and then long-term institutional partnerships. So in that way, we can fetch maximum mark in this question, students. Coming to the second one, with the waning of globalization, post-Cold War world is becoming a site of sour green nationalism. So they are again asking us to talk about elucidate. So elucidate also we need to write that is way forward before the conclusion. Our conclusion should be futuristic and we need to talk about the various issues in a point-wise and pictographic format to fetch maximum marks. Energy security constitutes the dominant kingpin of India's foreign policy and is linked with India's overarching influence on Middle East countries. How would you integrate energy security with India's foreign policy trajectories in the coming years? So basically, students, they are asking us to talk about energy security with the help of diagrams and various policies what we are following with respect to energy security can be quoted as examples from current affairs from West Asian region to fetch maximum marks in this aspect of the question. Fourth question, the reform process in the UN remains unresolved because of the delicate imbalance of East and West and entanglement of the USA versus Russia-China alliance. Examine and critically evaluate the East-West policy confrontations in this regard. So basically, students, they are talking about UN reforms. While studying the prelims exam as well, you might have studied about the background of UN reforms. Otherwise, while preparing for the mains examination on international organizations and relations, we need to study the various organs of UN. Apart from studying other international organizations, that time we would be studying the background of UN reforms, and it is frequently coming in newspaper as well. So we need to bring in the various issues, why UN reforms is happening or why it's not happening. So we need to examine. That means we need to talk about the positive and negative of this reform process, and also we need to critically evaluate these policy confrontations also to fetch maximum mark as students. So most of the questions which has been picked in international relations column in this year UPSC mains were majority from current affairs students. That's why I've been telling what is very, very important in international relations column is keep an eye on the newspaper and magazine, whatever you are reading. That is where questions will be picked. But to understand that, you should know the relevance of the syllabus also. Let's now focus upon the international relations pattern in the last 10 to 12 years in the UPSC mains exam. This year, there were 4 questions which carried a weightage of 50 marks. Highest number of questions were asked in 2013 students, around 80 marks and 8 questions were asked. Other than that, averagely if you see, they were asking every year 4 questions. So for the 2026 mains also, you can expect 4 questions which would be carrying a weightage of 50 marks in case of GS Paper 2. So accordingly, we need to strategize our preparation students. So what is the trend analysis in the questions which has been asked in the last 10 to 12 years mains? In the earlier years, the questions focused on simple bilateral issue like India, Japan, India, Sri Lanka, like that. But now they are moving towards minilateral groupings like I2U2, ACUS, Quad, East-West power struggle in UN. And not only that, students, apart from minilateral groupings, they are mostly focusing upon China factor indirectly in most of the questions like string of pearls theory, alternative supply chains, Russia-China alliance. So, whenever you are reading the newspaper, give maximum weightage to the China specific international news which are coming in editorial as well as in international column. Then, while reading the international issues, also we need to give maximum weightage to the geoeconomics because most of the questions are revolving around geotechnology and economics. That is linking the international relations with energy security, economy, and technology. This year, Indo-Africa relationship, they talked about the technology, geotechnological aspect. And there was one more question on energy security as well. In 2024, they asked on supply chain dependence. In 2022, clean energy geopolitics. So overall, you need to give maximum weightage to geoeconomics, which is going to be repeated theme of the UPSC mains in international column. Not only that, students, you should also focus upon global south. Global south, we should focus maximum weightage on Africa, Central Asia, as well as the diaspora living there and their impact on India's relationship. Questions can be expected. So try to have maximum weightage on this priority and repeated themes area to fetch maximum marks students. Let's now focus upon the strategy what you can take for UPSC Mains 2026. First is building the statics. When I say static students, try to understand the meaning of the syllabus and give weightage to the keywords in the syllabus. Like neighborhood, as I said, the surrounding countries of India, you need to prepare in a holistic manner. Other than that, the major powers, you can read it from the Vision Monthly magazine or Mains 365 magazine, where USA, Russia, European Union, Japan relationship can be studied with respect to regional and global blocks. Rather than reading only on the major blocks, try to give weightage to the mini-lateral blocks also, not only multilateral where questions are getting asked. Thematic issues like diaspora, terrorism, maritime security, energy security are also finding frequent in the recent themes of question paper. And optionally, I will be suggesting, apart from reading NCRT and Vision Monthly magazine, only if you have time, you can read selectively these books like Rajiv Sikri, written by Rajiv Sikri and Saswit Arur. That is Challenge and Strategy and Pax Indica by Saswit Arur. But I will be suggesting you to focus maximum part of your preparation with respect to Hindu newspaper, Vision Monthly magazine, and the basic reading of NCRTs and PYQ analysis of UPSC Minds. That itself is enough, students. No need to go for any extra adventurism of reading textbook because that will not be adding value to your preparation because this aspect is only having a weightage of 50 marks out of 250 marks. So I will not be suggesting to do PhD in international relation aspect. Then coming to the second stage students, as I said already, 90% of the questions will be picked from current affairs. So try to read like Ministry of External Affairs website where media briefings and speeches given by External Affairs Ministry. You can quote that in your introduction or conclusion. The speeches given by the Minister of External Affairs or Prime Minister's speech. Apart from that, think tanks you can observe ORF, that is Observer Research Foundation or IDSA, where you need to find analytical keywords like strategic autonomy, multi-alignment, sovereign nationalism. These keywords are also like you can look in your NCRT, which I have referred in this video. So make use of that keywords in that NCRT as well as this research foundation also or think tanks also to fetch maximum marks. And the third most important stage is answer writing and validation. What I would be suggesting in international relations is you need to draw maps. Without maps, we cannot fetch maximum marks. Whenever questions like string of pearls, Indo-Pacific, Central Asian Corridor, INSTC are coming, try to convey to the examiner your understanding through world map. Then also you can also use keywords in your answer writing technique, students, like net security provider, first responder, integrated data, strategic edge. All these will be giving you extra edge over your other competitors, because whenever you are using technical keywords, the examiner will feel very happy to award you maximum marks in IR questions. And in their interest angle, whatever questions they are asking, always try to correlate with how does it affects India's interest. By that, you can fetch maximum marks in UPSC Mains answer writing, students. Okay, let's now focus upon the distribution of marks in GS Paper 2. The first priority is given to Indian polity and constitution. Then you can move on to governance. Then you can come to international relations. And the final component, you can move to social justice. This is a priority order based on the distribution of marks, students. So what are the additional value additions you can do to improve your marks? Vision Monthly Magazine you can follow apart from Mains 365. Why Monthly Magazine? Because here you can read the background of Indo-Pakistan, India-Afghanistan, Indo-China, India-Russia, US relation in a very good manner. Because Mains 365 will not give you complete background. Rather, this monthly magazine will help you. Vision Monthly Magazine. With respect to UPSC Toppers Note, already have shared the important Toppers Notes material in our Telegram group. Make use of it. With respect to UPSC Toppers answer copy and international relations, I have done in our YouTube channel. Go through that to try to know the answer writing format of UPSC Toppers and try to replicate in your answer writing technique, students, to fetch maximum marks. And current affairs is going to play a very huge role. 90 to 95% of the questions in international relations column will be picked from current affairs only. So give maximum weightage to the current affairs while reading from the prelims exam stage itself, so that you can fetch maximum marks in GS Paper 2 international relations column. In addition to that, if you have any further problems in understanding international relations or with respect to sources or answer writing technique, you can follow the Telegram group which is given in the description box below and to get your doubts clarified. Thank you, students.